Hey everyone, it's Sarah, and today we are going to talk about, finally, the top 12 perfumes in my collection. So, my top 12 favorite fragrances in my collection. A lot of these you guys are going to have seen before because I just did the video with my husband where he smelled or reacted to some of my favorite fragrances in my collection. But I'm just going to go through all of these and give you a rundown. I do have a 13th fragrance here that's kind of an honorable mention that I do love so much, and I can't imagine leaving it out of this list, so I'm going to include it, but it's a really expensive one, so I keep talking about it because it's so beautiful, but it is quite expensive, so I'm really reluctant to kind of recommend it, but I want to be authentic and put it in this list because it's one of my favorites. It's become one of my favorites. So anyways, let's go ahead and start this off with an Alexandria fragrance. And oh gosh, this is Vanille Doree Vanille Doree by Alexandria Fragrances. This is inspired by Guerlain's Spiritus Double Vanille. I have read quite a few reviews of people that have both and say that this is very, very close to the Guerlain. So one of these days I will order a decant of the Guerlain and do a comparison for you so you will know if this is a good kind of dupe fragrance for it. But in the meantime, I absolutely love this fragrance. This smells so good. It lasts forever on my skin for being a vanilla fragrance, and it dries down to the most beautiful, just vanilla like cloud that is around me all day. I smell it all day and it stays on my skin from the time I spray it on until I go to bed at night. I love this fragrance. So this is creamy vanilla, powdery benzoin, soft incense, sweet pink pepper, Bulgarian rose, and jasmine. So if you are looking for, or if you're really wanting the Guerlain Spiritus Double Vanille, definitely check this one out because this is a much more affordable alternative to that fragrance. Okay, the next one I have to talk about is one of my favorites of all time, and I hate to talk about this one because it has been discontinued, though you still can find it on, I believe FragranceNet.com still has it, and I'm pretty sure Fragrance X still has it. But this is the Guerlain Mon Exclusif, and this is very, very close to Mon Guerlain and Mon Guerlain Floral, which I have back here. So you probably don't need all of those, but there's something in this that is different enough that I cannot imagine not having it. There's something in this that is not in the other, that is not in the Mon Guerlains. And I think it's the salted butter note, because this is sweeter and richer and more syrupy. It's definitely more gourmand than the other Mon Guerlains. It's just stunning. I love this fragrance. So this is described as a gourmand Giggy. I have not smelled Giggy before, so I couldn't tell you if it is a gourmand Giggy, but that's what it's described as. It says this has a fresh fern note in it. I have never smelled a fresh fern note in this. I don't smell anything green or fern-like at all. It's got oriental notes, lavender, sandalwood, caramel, salted butter, coumarin, and vanilla. So I think what I'm smelling in this that I'm not smelling in the others is the salted butter and the coumarin notes. And that's what is making this sweet and syrupy and almost sticky smelling and just super, super gourmand. So love this one. Definitely, definitely in my top faves. Okay, the next one you guys have all seen, but I couldn't leave it out, of course. And this is a celebrity scent, and the only celebrity scent in this lineup here, and that is Ariana Grande Cloud. So I love this fragrance. I love this for a celebrity fragrance. The longevity of this is awesome. It lasts all day on my skin. It smells so close to Baccarat Rouge 540. It's just so good. And what sucks is this cloud is so stinky. It's like such a stinky plastic cloud that it's hard to separate the smell of this from the fragrance, but I know what the fragrance smells like, so I can smell it underneath. But this is gorgeous. This is like a marshmallowy whipped cream dream, but like for grown-ups. It smells so good. So this is bergamot, pear, lavender, coconut, whipped cream, praline, vanilla orchid, woody notes, and musk. And it's heaven in a bottle. This cloud, this packaging is like the perfect packaging for this because it's so good. Okay, the next one I have to talk about is another Guerlain, and this is Guerlain Shalimar Souffle. So I love this fragrance. There's something so comforting about this to me. This smells old-fashioned, like in the best way possible. Oh gosh, it's just beautiful. This is what I would consider to be a very light gourmand. This isn't like sticky, it's not syrupy, it's not in your face. It's very fresh smelling for being a gourmand, but it's still sweet, and I wouldn't say it's like super edible smelling, but it's still sweet and just a tiny bit edible smelling. But it's not like overpoweringly sweet. It's really beautiful. I would call this like a fresh gourmand. So this has lemon, bergamot, mandarin, Italian sambac jasmine, orange blossom water absolute, Tahitian and Indian vanilla, and white musk. And yeah, again, just a really beautiful, fresh, a little tiny bit spicy gourmand with the lemon in the top and the vanilla in the base. It's just really beautiful. So I love this fragrance. The Intense is on its way, so I'm super excited to smell that one. Again, these have been discontinued. You can still pick them up on fragrancenet.com as well as Fragrance X, I believe. So, okay, let's move right along to one that is very new to my collection, but very quickly jumped to like my top favorites, and that is this 4711 Nouveau Cologne. So this is apparently like an old school barbershop style type fragrance, but oh, I love this. I love this so much. This reminds me a lot of that Dior one, the Cologne Royale from Dior. I've got a little mini of that, but the longevity on this one is like 100 times better because this actually stays on my skin for being like a light, bright, airy, like very fresh citrus fragrance, which I typically just stay away from because they don't stay on my skin at all. This will stay on my skin all day long. I love it so much. So, and it was so cheap. I think I paid like $11 for this or something. Oh gosh, I love this so much though. Okay, so this is yuzu, blackcurrant, lychee, geranium, heliotrope, peony, musk, sandalwood, and tonka bean. And the most forward note in this is going to be that yuzu, that beautiful citrusy yuzu. It's just gorgeous. I love this one. If you ever come across it, I highly recommend it if you like, you know, kind of airy, citrusy, fresh fragrances. So, okay, moving right along. The next one I have is probably the most unique fragrance I have in my collection, and that is What I Did on My Holidays from 4160 Tuesdays. So this is my first full bottle niche fragrance purchase. I heard about this from Amy Loves Perfumes, and when she described it, I knew I had to have it. I love this. This lasts absolutely forever on my skin, and I feel like summer. I mean, to me, this is summertime in a bottle. I love this. It's comforting, it's warm, it's gourmand, but it's fresh and beautiful and bright. It's just such a unique fragrance. It's like nothing that I own. This is mint, coconut, sea notes and seaweed, lavender, cotton candy, vanilla, and ice cream, and it's gorgeous. It's so beautiful. This is one that I could not recommend enough. If any of those notes sound good to you, I could not recommend this perfume enough. It is just a stunner. It really is so beautiful and unique, and I'm so happy to have it in my collection. Okay, next one is another one you guys have seen before, and this is Amarige by Givenchy. So this is a perfume or a fragrance that a ton of girls in my high school wore, I'm pretty sure, because this is such a familiar scent to me. And back in high school I was wearing like Polo Sport Woman and Cool Water, so I stayed away from floral fragrances like this. But now, oh my gosh, this is so like familiar and nostalgic smelling to me. I absolutely adore this fragrance. This is peach, plum, orange, mandarin, rosewood, neroli, mimosa, tuberose, gardenia, acacia, blackcurrant, musk, sandalwood, vanilla, amber, tonka bean, and cedar. And like I say, this is so nostalgic for me because I grew up with this scent. Like, this is the scent of like all the high school girls, except for me. I was too busy wearing like weird, like fresh aquatic perfumes that I can't stand now. I still have them in my collection. I don't have Polo Sport Woman because that one's really hard to find now, and if you can find it, it is so expensive. But I do have Cool Water just for nostalgic purposes because I wore it in high school. So okay, the next one I have to talk about is another one of my older signatures that I still adore to this day. I wish I still had one of my original bottles because the original bottles were so much better than the reformulation, but the reformulation still smells just as good. It just doesn't last as long as the original. So that is Stella. This is just the regular Stella. This is the EDP version. I have the EDT as well that I just picked up recently, but I used to wear the EDP. I don't think the EDT came out for quite a while, probably even after I stopped wearing this like as my signature fragrance, but I still love this. This is such a stunning perfume. This is so beautiful and feminine and classy and womanly smelling. It's just gorgeous. This smells grown up, but not in a dated type of way. It's just gorgeous. This is rose, peony, mandarin, incense notes, rose absolute, woodsy notes, and amber, and this is stunning. I love this. I will always have a bottle of this in my collection, and it will probably always be a favorite for me. Okay, the next one is also an old signature. This is not going to be any surprise to you. I absolutely adore this perfume. This is my favorite in the entire Poison range, and that is Hypnotic Poison. I do wish I had my original bottle of this as well. This is a newer bottle, and the longevity of this is nothing compared to what it used to be. Even the bottle that I had back in 2008 that I wore until 2012, 2013, that bottle had much better longevity than this new bottle does, so I'm super sad about that. I have the EDP version of this on the way, so I am so excited to smell that one. This is apricot, plum, coconut, tuberose, jasmine, lily of the valley, rose, Brazilian rosewood, caraway, and a lot of people describe this as having a licorice note in it, and you don't see licorice like listed anywhere, but I think caraway is like from caraway, like the caraway seed, which I believe is from the licorice plant. So that's where you get the licorice note in this. If I'm correct. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that that's what it is. Anyway, sorry. Sandalwood, almond, vanilla, and musk. And I love this. This is so good. This reminds me of when I started going to see my favorite band ever in concert. My favorite band ever is Muse. I started going to see them, like their big stadium shows that they started playing in the US back in 2010-ish. And I used to rock this perfume at every single one of their concerts, so this really reminds me of those days. This is before I was married, before I had children, and so it just takes me back to those. I was like in my late 20s, and I had a really good job and making really good money, and I was just super independent, and I was traveling a lot. Like, I remember in 2010, like April of 2010, I flew home to Seattle. If you don't know, I'm originally from the Seattle area. I did fly home to Seattle just to see them in concert in Seattle. So, and this perfume was with me like the whole time. So this just has such a special place in my heart for being with me during that kind of really fun, exciting, like free time of my life. So yeah, I love this. There will always be in a place in my collection for this, and this will probably always be my favorite poison. Okay. Hi, Luna. Hi. Kitty's coming to visit. Okay. So the next one I have to share with you is a newer one to my collection, but this one reminds me a lot of the Hypnotic poison, so it quickly became a favorite. The next two actually very quickly became a favorite, or became favorites, because these are my types of fragrances. And this is the Alaia Blanche. So when you look up pictures of this on Fragrantica, you're gonna see like this clear bottle, but the liquid looks clear. And I don't know if it's because this has so much vanilla in it that has turned that it's like really dark, but I've never seen anybody with a bottle of this with clear liquid. So this is what my bottle looks like. I love this. This is very, very reminiscent of Hypnotic poison, but there's something about it that's just a little bit lighter than Hypnotic poison. This is white flowers, vanilla powder, but powder like cosmetic powder. So it's a little bit like makeup-y smelling. Gosh, it's gorgeous. I love this fragrance so much. Let's see here, sorry. Musk and solar notes. So this is a really beautiful, unique type fragrance. You really get that makeup-y, like powdery quality, but you get the really beautiful, like deep muskiness that you get from Hypnotic poison. This is missing that kind of licorice note. So and I think I've mentioned this in a video before, that if you like Hypnotic poison but you don't like that caraway note in it, definitely check this one out, because this is like Hypnotic poison but missing that kind of licoricey, that has a little bit of a sharpness to it. It's missing that. This is just all powdery vanilla. Gosh, it's stunning. It's really, really stunning. So yeah, I cannot recommend that one enough. Probably not a safe blind buy, unless you know for sure that you love Hypnotic poison, then it would absolutely be a safe blind buy. But for those of you that don't really like Hypnotic poison, or don't know if you do or not, I would definitely try and get my nose on that one before buying it. And then the next one is another Alaia, and this is just the regular Alaia in the black bottle. I love this. This is like it's like a leathery fragrance. Oh gosh, this is so good. So this is pink pepper, musk, freesia, and you really can smell the freesia in this. Peony, leather, and animalistic notes. So really, really a beautiful one. This is a boss lady fragrance. This is a woman. This is there is nothing like young smelling about this, but it's not a dated smelling perfume in any way. This is like a black leather jacket, if that makes any sense. But it's like a woman wearing a beautiful, gorgeous, expensive black leather jacket with like a powdery freesia perfume on. That's what this smells like. It smells expensive, it smells classy, it smells beautiful. I love this one. Again, if you can't find those, always check on fragrancenet.com or FragranceX, because that's where I find all my perfumes. So, okay, and then the last one is the honorable mention that I hate mentioning because I got mine from Scentbird. I will definitely be buying a full bottle of this when I run out of my little decant here, but this is the Roja Elixir pour Femme. Oh my gosh, I cannot imagine not mentioning this fragrance because this is stunning. If you're looking for like the perfect signature fragrance, something that you could wear literally any time of day, any time of year, no matter what the occasion, you could wear this to a fancy dress occasion, you could wear this with a pair of jeans and t-shirt, this is your fragrance. I mean, I don't think I've ever smelled a more appropriate like signature type scent ever. This is beautiful and stunning and feminine, but not in like an overly like sweet or weird or feminine way, if that makes any sense. Let me get here to my notes. Okay. I'm sorry, this is my honorable mention, but I skipped right over one of my absolute most favorite perfumes in the world. I'm actually wearing it today. I'm gonna go back to that one. This is the honorable mention one, but know that when I go back to the next one that I'm gonna talk about, that it's my number 12. So, though none of these are in any type of order, I didn't rank these in any way. These are just favorites, just general favorites, but anyways, the notes on Elixir are lime, lily of the valley, geranium, rose, jasmine, ylang ylang, heliotrope, violet, raspberry, peach, violet leaf, cinnamon, cedar, cashmere wood, sandalwood, vanilla, orris, ambrette, which is muskmallow, and musk. And oh my gosh, for being such a complex perfume with so many notes, it is blended to perfection. I mean, everything about this perfume is perfection to my nose. I love it. It's not too much of anything. It's not too powdery. It's not too floral. It's not too ambery or vanilla-y or musky or anything. It's not too many of any of those things. It's a little bit of everything. And it's a stunner. I hate recommending this because Roja perfumes are ridiculously expensive, but that is a stunner. And that's why I subscribe to Scentbird right there, so I can try perfumes like that without having to pay like 40 bucks for a decant from somebody. Okay, my number 12 perfume. This is one of my favorite perfumes of life. I'm wearing it today. I wear it all the time. I love this perfume. This is YSL Manifesto. So on my skin, this smells very, very similar to Dior Addict, but I like Manifesto better than I like Dior Addict. Oh my gosh, this is so, so good. You can see I don't have very much left in my bottle. I'm getting down to the wire. I will be purchasing another bigger bottle of this. I'm hoping I can find like an older bottle of it. I'm not sure if this has been reformulated yet. If it has, I'm gonna cry because this is so good. Okay, this is bergamot, blackcurrant, sambac jasmine, lily of the valley, cedar, sandalwood, vanilla, and tonka bean. I'm wearing it today. I absolutely love this. If you like Dior Addict, I'm quite sure you would love this perfume. Like I say, I prefer this to Dior Addict. Don't get me wrong, I love Addict. It's a beautiful, beautiful perfume. I have 2 different versions of it, but there's something about Manifesto that is a little bit softer and a little bit sweeter and just, oh, it's just yummy. It's just so good on my skin. So yeah, this is definitely one of my very, very top favorites. I don't think I've ever even talked about this perfume on my channel, but I love it. So anyways, guys, those are all of my top favorite perfumes that I own in my collection at the moment. This list will probably change as I continue to collect and get perfumes in, because I get new perfumes almost daily. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that it was helpful for you. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!